much.
Hey.
Hi everyone. I don't know if you can just say I like randomly so that I know that I'm not alone and I don't have just one person in this session. Please.
Hi.
Hi, good evening. All right, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Hi,
Hi,
good evening.
hi, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in because I know that I'm very late. And I'm sure that he has laid the foundation of product management, what a product is, and then I'm just going to proceed to share my screen. I just have a few slides. So sorry, I'm trying to share my screen. I think I have to request to share. Okay, I can share now. So yeah, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. Okay, so my name is Esther Adebayo. I started my product management journey last year when I started to learn with Innova Lab, and I think that really changed my life, changed my perception about um, product management. One, changed my perception about building things or starting things from the scratch, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And so, because of time, go in depth. As to what product management is, because I assume that he has laid the foundation, right? So to me, a product is an object or a system, a service made available for consumers. Basically, I think that to me, a product is anything that can be offered to somebody just to satisfy a need. That's as simple as I can put it. And then product management deals with all aspects of building or creating a product from start to finish. And it also focuses on bringing a new product to market and developing an existing one according to Altec Soft. Okay, so now this is where I want to start from. My opinion personally is that all product managers should have an entrepreneurial mindset in order to drive product success. I think that to really succeed as a product manager or to really succeed as somebody in business, you want to have an entrepreneurial mindset. I think that is what will drive you on days when you feel like what you're doing is actually not worth it. And that is what will help you even relate to people better, because on some days it feels like you're doing the wrong thing, you're coming up with the wrong ideas. But having this kind of mindset is what is going to like continually put you in shape and put you in check, just to ensure that you're able to drive the success of the products that you're working on. So usually you're about different products. It could be products in tech. I think that nowadays, like he said earlier, when I joined, when people think about product management, the first thing that comes to mind is tech. But I always tell people that, like from my class Innova Lab last year, I think that I began to see product management more than just tech. So I once worked like part-time with an interior design firm, international interior design firm, as a product manager, like a product slash customer engagement manager. So I think that product management can be used in different industries, and and when you understand this early enough, it would help you as a business owner. So now you know that you're not just starting a business because okay fine, everybody's passionate about what you're starting, but now you're operating from a place of, I know what to do part-time, I know how to go about it, I know what to put out part-time, I know what my consumers or my customers actually want part-time. And so this is why it is very important um to apply your product management skills in business. So I'm just going to go to the next slide. This is just a case study. I'm sorry if there is any error in my in my slide. I've had a very long week, and so I just designed everything you see here today. So my case study. Tolu is 23 years old. She just finished NYSC and she's currently job hunting while looking for a way to start our entrepreneurial journey. she has this idea that focuses on creating skin and hair products for both men and women. She hopes to make sales via social media and has gone ahead to create social media pages on different platforms. Tolu has also asked her friends to please share the flyers to help reach more people. How can Tolu use basic product management skills to make a difference? I feel like if you're especially if your name is Tolu, but then I feel like this is the story of every young person in quotes that wants to start something new away from the tech area. So you want to start a business, and the next thing that just comes to your mind is that you're going to open an Instagram page, you're going to start a Twitter page, you're going to put it out on Facebook, you're going to get your friends to share the flyer, and some people even go extra mile to create a WhatsApp BC to add images just to share all about. And in our heads, we think that that is what business is, or that is how to just run a successful or build or create a successful product or create a successful brand. So just like Tolu, I'm going to be sharing some of the things that some of the important product management skills that I think can be applied to business as I have done in the past, I think 5 to 6 months, if not more than that, I don't know, but 5 to 6 months. So yeah, I'm going to start with research. So one thing that I think that I'm going to use Tolu as my friend here, Tolu, my friend, basically. So one thing that I think that Tolu might want to do, just like many of us that want to start businesses. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. My friend said this. I'm so sorry. Okay, so one thing that I think that Tolu might want to do to research. So, for example, Tolu has a fantastic idea, right? She has a fantastic idea. She wants to create skin and hair products for people. Just like a lot of us, a lot of people are actually in that space. And what Tolu is failing to do in this situation, just like a lot of us, is to actually research, right? What is going to make my skincare and hair care products different from other people? Do people need another skincare and hair care products? I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been seeing a lot of skincare products out there, right? I'm sure that I'm not the only one that has been seeing a lot of hair care products out there. So what is Tolu bringing to the market that is going to differentiate Tolu from every other person? So the first thing she wants to do is to actually research, why are people even purchasing hair care products and hair care products and skincare products online? What makes these other companies different from what she is hoping to build? So it's not just about social media hype, because at the end of the day, the goal of every business is to actually make sales. I hope you are following. So that's one thing that we want to do when we want to do when we are planning to start something or just create something or just build something. So you're not starting it based on two of my friends say that I'm a good person or I'm very good. I'm Tolu, for example. Two of my friends said that I'm very good with recommending skincare products or hair care products, and so I'm going ahead to start a business. Those friends might not even purchase at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be the angry person saying that my friends are not supporting my business, because at the end of the day, I think that people support excellence, right? People support you when they've seen your journey. People support you when they see how much work you put into it. So it's not just enough to say that you have an idea, you want to launch on social media, and immediately you expect everything to blow up, probably like Arami Essentials. There is a background work to do to it, and this background work is to start with research. So the next thing that you want to take into consideration when it comes to product management skills that can be applied to business is planning. So, for example, I would go away from Tolu now and use myself as an example. When I was taking the product management course at Innova Lab, we went through like different course outlines, and we also talked about planning. So one thing that I think that is very essential, one skill that I think that every business owner should have is to plan. like you're planning for your audience. Do you understand? And one thing that I think I did, that I know that I did actually, was to plan. So I came up. I'm sorry, I have a clothing brand. That is what my business is all about. And so I came up with a plan. Where do I want to get my fabrics from? Where am I from? Where will I be sourcing the fabrics? Where am I going to be selling? Who are those that will actually be buying it? Can they actually afford it? Do you know, all these kind of things? It shows that you have your people in mind. It shows that you have your audience in mind, right? And I think that planning also, with planning comes documentation, because you want at the end of the day, you want to see your journey. You want to see how far you've been able to come in the next 3 months, how you've been able to come in the next 6 months. And in this part of the world, I feel like a lot of people, we lie to ourselves, because it is okay for a business to not work at first. I've actually decided to put my mind in that space, right? It is okay for this product that you're trying to put out to not work at first, and then you going back to put in the work. Probably you change your product or do something about it for people to now accept it. So planning shows that you actually have your audience in mind. It shows that you actually care, right? Because, for example, you want to have an event, you want people to come. You definitely plan. You talk about what they're going to eat, the setting of the hall, how it is going to look like. Planning just shows that you really care about your business. So more than just going out there and telling the world that, hey, I have a business, come and patronize. What back-end work have you done to ensure that at the end of the day, you're able to make sales and gain the trust of people? So I think that this is one thing that a lot of business owners should put in mind. Thank you. Sorry. So the third thing that I think that our case study here, Tolu, didn't really take note of is marketing. I think that the world is growing in such a way that even if you don't have money to pay for a course on marketing, there are different materials out there that would help you learn marketing. There are different materials out there that would help you learn the basics of marketing, like the things that you just need to know to launch a new business, right? So for example, using Tolu as a case study, you want to launch a business, you need to have marketing as a skill, especially because most of us, when we are starting a business, it is just you. Like, you are the CEO, you are the co-founder, you are the dispatch rider, you are the account officer, you are the one doing a lot of things. So putting these skills in place is actually what is going to help you not break down, because this is going to help you put things in order, put research where research should be, put planning where planning should be, put marketing where marketing should be. Right? And so when it comes to marketing, Tolu wants to sell via social media, right? One thing that she would want to consider is what platform. See, people, some of us actually jump on platforms without realizing where our target audience is. So, for example, Tolu wants to sell hair care products. Tolu wants to sell skincare products. What's the best platform to put it on? I would say personally Instagram. Okay, Tolu has an audience on Facebook. She can also put it there because those platforms are visual, and then she can just play around with Twitter or play around with Pinterest. I mean, and then probably there's another person that is looking to launch a digital product that would help people maximize their LinkedIn profile. One thing that you would want to say to that kind of person is to also identify the platform that works for them. So one of the platforms that work for that other person would be LinkedIn and probably Twitter, because we know that people on Instagram do not necessarily care about Twitter. Do not necessarily care about Instagram. So you want to understand what platform works for you. Do you have a content plan? Do you have a sales plan? How do you intend to get people to actually like your product? How do you intend to put yourself out there? Do you want to make use of email marketing? Do you want to get people's emails and send them newsletters? Do you want to use influencer marketing? Do you want to do all of this just to ensure that people see that you're putting in the work? People see that you really care about them. So I think that marketing is a very, very important skill to have, especially when it comes to being a business owner. Now I'm trying to rush because of time. Another thing that is like that product management skill that I think can be applied to business is communication. During my last session, I'm sorry I keep referring to that session, but I just remember all what we were taught, and I remember how practical it is and how we were given assignments, how I didn't know so much about product research, product development, product life cycle, and at the end of the session, I knew about it and I could also apply it to my business, right? So when it comes to communication, how do you want people to perceive you? How do you want to come off as a very serious brand? Do you want to come off as a very serious business owner? Do you want to come off as the one that likes to band that people can always refer to? Do you want to come off as Okpe from Carry Wise? Do you want to come off as Jenny from Seller? How do you want people to see you? Right? I think that this is really, really important. How do you want to carve your messaging so that people see that, okay, this person is actually serious with what they do? So that I'll just end communication there because of time. Now, another product management skill that I think is very important that can be used in business is product road mapping. So a product roadmap is a long-term development plan that gives product stakeholders the information they need to coordinate their plans. I'll say it again. A product roadmap is a long-term development plan that gives product stakeholders the information they need to coordinate their plans. So, for example, there are different stakeholders, right? And you as a business owner, most business owners in Nigeria, actually, people that are just starting out, especially when it is not in the tech space, they do it alone. For example, I do it alone. So I will run orders. I mean, sometimes I have people that support me, but when they are not available, so I would take orders, I would run orders, I would ensure that it is delivered, I would ensure to get feedback from people, what they think about the product, like different things, right? So when it comes to road mapping, I think that this is what a lot of people, especially business owners in Nigeria, we tend to miss it because we want to sell fast. Like we want people to see that in the next 3 months we've been able to sell 500 products, and now we've been able to use money or products and profits from the products to buy a car. I think that it is different for people, yeah. And so you as the only stakeholder, for example, if you're the one running everything in your business for now, you want to ensure that you have a long-term plan for what you're actually building. In the next 3 months, if this product is not working well, am I going to withdraw it from my website? Am I going to take it away from that Paystack store? Am I going to take it away from that Flutterwave store? In the next 6 months, if this product is the best seller, what do I hope to do in the next 6 months with that product that is a best seller that will make more people buy it? Do I want to create it in more colors? Do I want to create it? Do I want to expand it in such a way that more I'm giving it out for free so that more people can take pictures, and at the end of the day, that will drive sales? What do I want to do with it? What long-term plan do I want to do with it? And at what point do I want to ensure that I'm actually doing it, right? So I'll take myself, for example. I said I have a clothing brand here. And so I realized that whenever I come up with a particular design, I design all the clothes on the website, right? Whenever I come up with a particular design, my favorite is not always my customer's favorite. My favorite is not always the target audience favorite. So I noticed that they always have a favorite. And then it is fine. It means that at least they like something and I'm safe and I did not design rubbish after all, right? So that particular design, what am I going to do to it in like 3 to 6 months that will make them keep loving it, keep recommending them and their friends, and in turn make them buy other things that I'm also selling. Do you understand? I don't know if anyone gets that. I hope we're following. So in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, what do I want to do differently to ensure that they keep coming for this product, right? And they are also buying some of the new ones that I'm working on. So you want to have a roadmap as a business owner. I think road mapping is a very, very important skill to have, and it will just help you stand out in business, right? And so the next thing that I think that is very, very important would be people management. So it's just like stakeholder management. You work with people. Let's say, for example, you're the owner of your business. Fine. The delivery guy or the dispatch rider that is always taking the product to people is part of your business. You want to treat it as such. You want to treat it as such. The local manufacturer that is helping you produce your product is also part of your team. The person that is helping you manage your social media page, for example, in this case, Tolu, is also part of the team, right? So Tolu wants to ensure that she's very good when it comes to people management, just so that at the end of the day, the customers are satisfied. Because if the customers are not satisfied, the business is not going to be working. And then I said something about research earlier, and I also forgot to add this. So when it comes to, I just wanted to add this before I move to the next slide. So talking about product management skills that can be applied to business, so research here. One thing that I think that would be very important when it comes to research is to also understand your type of buyers. Like, would you want to sell to? Like, create a buyer persona. So this is, or in this case, how do they call it? Forgotten, product managers. I'll just use the word buyer persona for the sake of this class. Okay, user persona. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so I've been recruiting for about 7 months now, so it is like product management. But then user persona, yeah. So you want to create user personas, right? So one thing I did was that I knew the kind of people that could afford my business. That could afford my products, yeah. So I knew that I was going to be selling to people between 25 to 35, yeah, because my products ranges from 12K to 20K. And the people that can comfortably drop that amount of money in Nigeria right now would be people that are between 25 to 35, because they are kind of earning more. And then I also had another persona for people that are between 18 to 24. I figured that they might not have the amount or the fund. They might not want to drop that money like that. But I figured that I needed them in my space because they have access to people that are 25 to 35. So the more they help me talk about my product, the more they help me repost my product on social media, they are helping me get advanced, and they are helping me get their aunties and big mommies that actually have money, right, just to purchase from my brand. So it's a win-win at the end of the day. So when it comes to research, another thing that you want to do that I forgot to add is to create different user personas, create different user journeys, and just ensure that you know what you're doing and you're able to apply the right skills to set your business apart. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to go to the next slide, just so that I don't take anybody's time. I said we cannot talk about applying product management skills to business without mentioning product life cycle. I think that this is really, really important. And if a lot of business owners outside tech actually get this right, it will save a lot of us noise. Like, it would save a lot of us noise. It would save a lot of us stress, right? You'd be able to identify your customers, what you're selling to them per time, the kind of people that you want to draw closer to you. I think that is really, really important. Yeah. So talking about product life cycle, it's simply the period between when a product is being introduced to the market, when it is taken off the market, right? So product life cycle, like I said earlier when I was talking about the important skills to apply to business, I talked about knowing when to take a product from the market or when to improve and all those things. And in the last session I had of product management, I think this was really one of the outlines that I really enjoyed the most. It was really, really insightful. Yeah. And so the product life cycle covers research, covers plan, covers create or build, covers release, covers refine, covers retire. I'm going to share as much as possible to be brief with all of this that I've just written here. So the first thing, like we said in Tolu's case, that she could have done is to research, right? Tolu should research about the product. And sometimes it is just okay for you to know that people don't need your product at this point in time. Maybe you should channel your energy into building something else. Do you understand? I think that is something that is very, very important. It's a very hard truth. But as a business owner, you want to spend your time building something that you know that, like, at least you have confidence in, that in the next 1 to 2 years, this thing is going to grow to become something meaningful, right? So you want to research, like we said earlier, you want to plan, and then come to create or build. That is just, it could be create an online course, online digital. People that create online courses, they're also entrepreneurs because that's what they do. Yeah. Do you want to, if you sell shoes, you want to create different designs, give people different options. If you sell bags, if you sell clothes, if you sell different physical products, if you sell merch, different things. Yeah. So you want to create things that you know that you actually like. I think that this is what a lot of business owners also need to know, right? So I always tell myself that I'm not going to put out any products that I'm not comfortable with. So for example, I have a clothing brand. I'm not going to put out what I won't wear. Do you understand that kind of thing? When you put out the things you are confident about, at least it would make you happy. Even when people are not turning up at first, you will be glad that at least I did something. Do you understand that kind of thing? And then we move to release. I see people, business owners today, you're very excited about this product and then you just put it out. Like, you're excited about this product today. Let's say, for example, you sell probably merch and then you're very excited about this design and you just put it out today. I feel like we need to take time. We also need to be very particular about things that we put out per time, right? So you want to create this anticipation in the mind of your buyers. So they see that, oh, this person said that they're going to drop so thing on so date. So it's not like they just wake up this morning and see that you're already running sales. You didn't tell us about it. You just woke up this morning and you felt you needed money. And then you just decided to put 20% off. There was no prior information. I think that if we begin to treat our customers this way, they would really, really, really love the brand. And some people might not even buy, but they will recommend you to people that they know can actually buy. Right? So that's where release comes in. There's a lot of work that goes into release. There's a lot of marketing work. There's a lot of work that actually goes into release. But I think that doing the work before you actually drop it is really, really going to help you. Right? And then refine, which has to do with evaluating the product, seeing how successful it has been. Basically. And we do not want to be business owners. We do not want to be business owners that just run business anyhow, right? And so I always tell people that even if you cannot afford a website, brands like Paystack have made it very, very easy for you to put your product on Paystack store. This small effort that you've been able to put in would make people see that your product is standing out. There is Paystack, there is Bumper, there are different brands out there that at the end of this stage where you have to refine, you'd be able to get data as to how your product did in the market, right? And if it did not do well, we move to retire. It's okay to take it off. And if you think it did well, it's okay to develop and just add something to spice it up so that people can keep coming. I don't know if we all understand that. And then this product life cycle is different from it's different for people. Some would not use research plan, create, build, release, refine, retire. Some would use introduce. Some would use introduce, evaluate, like different, like when you even do basic research, it's always different for different people, basically, yeah. And then we move to I think this is my final slide when it comes to using product management skills in business. These three things will help you stand out when applying product management to business. I think that using our case study Tolu, if she's able to apply some of these little things that we've been able to talk about, she can drive success for her product. So we'll talk about uniqueness. What makes the hair and skincare products unique? What makes it different from those that are already doing it? What should we buy? Why should we buy? Why are you offering it to us? What are you going to be doing to ensure that you're able to stand with your competitors, right? I think that is really, really important. Also, value. We know that being a customer and we know that when it comes to applying your product management skills to business, you have to be customer centric. Like, you have to pay attention to your customers. You have to pay attention to your customers, listen to them, offer value. See it as somebody is giving you or trusting you with their hard-earned money, right? And sometimes when it comes to digital business or selling online, I think a lot of people have been very indisciplined about it, because I hear stories of people saying that they were meant to get an order today, they didn't get it, they sent a message to the vendor, and probably the vendor replied with LOL, don't worry, you get it tomorrow. All this kind of little details. You want to ensure that you're going extra mile to close those gaps so that people can always come back to you. Yeah. And so you want to ensure that your value is one thing that you're placing at the top when it comes to your business. And then authenticity, you want to ensure that like they always say, I've learned in business that people only buy from those that they like or trust or those that they know. So you want to ensure that even people that have not met you before or are patronizing from your business for the first time, they actually trust you to an extent with their money, and you do not want to break that trust, right? And I think that is all on authenticity. Again, I'm going to go back to this for the last time, just for us to have a recap. I said product management skills that can be applied to business. We have research, we have planning, we have marketing, communication, road mapping, and people management. I hope we don't forget that, and we're able to apply with these few points of mine. I hope I have not taken your time. I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I do not take it for granted. If you have questions, please feel free to ask.